What's happening, guys? In this video, we're going to preview and talk about the upcoming F1 season, which kicks off in Bahrain on March 28th. Namely, what exactly is F1, how to bet it effectively, and the best markets to find value in. So without further ado, let's get into it. Firstly, for those uninitiated, F1 or Formula One is the world's fastest regulated motorsport, with cars reaching speeds in excess of 360 kilometers per hour. While some other motorsports offer a similar level of speed, it's in cornering and acceleration where F1 really comes into its own. 0 to 100 in just 2.6 seconds, and cars generating force of upwards of 6.5 G on corners. So these drivers really need to be at the absolute peak of physical fitness with these cars generating such power. In terms of where the brand itself is at right now, in 2017, American company Liberty Media, owners of Sirius XM and the Atlanta Braves, among other holdings, acquired a majority ownership stake in F1. And on top of the already existing United States Grand Prix held in Austin each year, they're looking at a potential Miami Grand Prix also, that if approved will no doubt push Formula One to that next level in the United States in terms of popularity, as its market share continues to grow over there over the next few years. Lewis Hamilton is the sport's current world champion, claiming his 7th world title last year, equaling the record set by the great Michael Schumacher back in 2004. While Hamilton's team in car Mercedes won the Constructors' Championship in 2020 also. So it's no surprise to see him already installed as this season's championship favourite at odds of minus 225 to repeat his success in 2021. However, both Max Verstappen and his team Red Bull appear to have closed the gap on Mercedes this year, going quickest in testing prior to Bahrain. So it'll be interesting to see if the young Dutchman can build on his 3rd place finish last season and take home his 1st world title this year, with 2021 looking set to be one of the most competitive seasons yet. So what are some of the markets to look for when betting F1? Similar to golf, head-to-head matchups offer a great alternative to the outright markets, especially when you've got a grid containing 20 drivers. Look to narrow down those outright odds by focusing on head-to-head matchups that you feel one driver has a decided advantage in. And this can be especially profitable if there's some recency bias built in. The driver has a natural tendency to the current track and has performed well here in the past, or there's a gap in the standings between the two drivers. Another solid market in the F1 is drivers to finish in the top 10 and top 6 markets, respectively, where you can get some excellent odds picking drivers to finish inside those places. This has been one of the most profitable markets for me personally in the past, especially top 10, as it's one of the most overlooked markets by public bettors, as it focuses on drivers currently outside of all the media limelight, but who nonetheless offers some excellent value. The final market we're going to cover here is the over-under classified cars market, where you're basically betting on how many cars you expect to finish the race. Last year's Austrian Grand Prix, for example, saw 7 cars fail to finish, while the Hungarian Grand Prix saw just 1. So while this can be a volatile market, it can be profitable, especially if you look for tracks that are new, relatively untested, offer problems to specific cars, or focus on weather reports and take that information to get ahead of the market. We'll have selections up for the 2021 F1 season starting in just over a week's time for the opening race in Bahrain, along with a full season's pass also, which we'll have out in the next few days. So make sure and join us for that. With a season that lasts from March to December, it's definitely a sport that offers some tremendous long-term betting value, and one that can also pad your bankroll considerably while you wait for the more mainstream sports to return in the fall. That'll be all for this F1 preview show. If you have any questions about the upcoming season or about how to get involved, please feel free to drop them into the comment section below, or catch me over on Twitter at thesportswolf83. We'll be happy to reply. As always, thanks for listening, and let's have a great F1 season.